That's why I don't read the newspaper. Because it's garbage. And the editor that let it come out is garbage.
It's Division I football! Go play intramurals, brother. Go play intramurals.
But, you know, I am going to try, and there will be some people inconvenienced. And if it happens to be their fat little girlfriends, too bad.
Twitter, radio.
Yeah, I'd give a rat's ass about Twitter.
All right, welcome back to the Jake and Bake Show. Week 12 is in the books. On to week 13, and it's a huge week ahead of us. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Mine is at the Bake is here for both of them, and Jake is Twitter. You're at Jake Cart. Instagram, you're at Jake_Cart.
Yep.
That's me at the Bake is here. Jake is Jake Cart, Jake_Cart. So, dude, week 12 was pretty crazy in some aspects. There was a lot of almost upsets. Well, not even upsets, just like, I mean, Baylor, OU, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That was what an abysmal downfall.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a glorious downfall almost because of how insane it was. And it all started with 4 or 7 minutes ish left, right? Or 4 minutes ish left in the second quarter when that pass interference on Baylor was actually decided it wasn't a pass interference. Baylor's offense came on the field, right? Mm-hmm. And then they said, wait a second, no, Baylor defense had a holding.
Yeah.
From right there, that changed because it was a 4th down. Yeah. That changed the game. That set the pace for OU to start coming back. It was 28-3 at the time.
Yep.
And from that moment on, it was not the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
and I almost called it. I did call it on accident.
Yeah.
By virtue.
You jinxed it.
Yeah.
When I was sitting there. But yeah, it was 28-3. I mean, I went back, watched the footage, put it in replay, looked at it, and there's no way you call holding there. I mean, the dude, it would have been pass interference if the dude didn't tip the ball, but the ball was tipped before he got grabbed. So you have to call pass. You can't
call pass interference.
Call pass interference, and then to recall it holding is just,
the fact that they just had the whole team, the whole defense was off the field.
Yeah. Yeah, why the sick guy...
They were about to... I mean, they were, like, setting up to run a play.
It was that one back ref...
Yeah.
...called everything on Baylor, never one time...
I mean, I'm no conspiracy theorist. Yes, I am. But, I mean, is this, like, one of those, like, we want Baylor... Or we want OU...
We want it to be a game, maybe?
We want it to be OU, not Baylor, in it?
I
so,
just
like,
think
I mean, do you think
like,
something like that?
No, I just think it has nothing to do with that.
Do you think there's corruption?
I mean, in a sense, sort of. I don't think that it's necessarily like we want OU in, so that way we're gonna. I just think that they're looking at the scoreboard like 28-3, like, all right, we're gonna start calling it on Baylor to make the game closer, so the game will look better.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like,
it kind of sucks. Though. I mean, that was. I mean, what a downfall. I mean, they didn't score a point in the second half, right?
Yeah, no.
Baylor didn't.
No.
They scored that last field goal to make it 31-10 going into halftime, and then after that, I mean, OU ended up winning 34-31 or 35-31, something like that.
Yeah, OU got the ball, drove down the field, wasted a bunch of time, and Baylor got the ball. Hurst had a huge hole up the middle, fumbled the football. Like, I think Baylor had 5 total plays going into the fourth quarter. They had a 3-and-out, and then Hurst fumbled on first down. Like, first play, fumbled, so that was 1 play. And then they went 3-and-out the next, which was like 4. So then I can't remember. I think they had another turnover or something.
No, I think
crazy.
You're right. It was an interception, right?
It was like 4 or 5 plays or something crazy going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So Baylor's defense was on the field the whole time.
Baylor didn't even drop that far in the rankings. They only dropped one spot. OU only moved up 1, which I think is fine because they didn't really prove anything other than the fact that they can beat a team that is crashing. And they also had, they lost that wide receiver, right? He went down. At halftime or something.
Well, Denzel Mims, he was banged up the whole game.
Yeah.
He was limping the whole time, cramped up. I don't know what was going on.
Well, he made that play in the first quarter. There was like a play or two in the first quarter that he made We're like, oh wow. And then after that he started limping.
Yeah, him and Platt, like they just, I don't know. I kind of feel bad for Brewer because there was a bunch of opportunities. Brewer threw dimes, and dude, like the Thornton outside catch, like hit him right in the chest, and he just dropped it. That was terrible. Like, I mean, dude, the thing about Baylor, there's no excuse. You got to be able to score in the second half.
Dude,
At least
yeah.
a field
If you
goal.
just score, yeah, exactly. If you just score one field goal, you have that game tied still at the end
Which
of it.
that's what ended the game. Is they were basically in field goal range, and then they threw the pick.
Yep.
There in the end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what an abysmal game. I mean, that was crazy. But tell us how our picks went, because they were not great for me.
No, they were
And
terrible.
by by not great, I mean absolute. I mean, it was just complete and utter 100% failure.
Yep.
0
0-3.
0. Yep. I gave you 0-3 last week, and then it came back and bit me in the ass.
Yep.
So I gained no ground on this, and I
So-
actually lost
so
ground. I'm down
obvious-
8 now.
Yeah. So
Right?
obviously, yes. So obviously, you picked OU. I picked Baylor. So that's kind of how that went. And then another game that's kind of surprising. You took Minnesota. And
Yeah, that was surprising in the sense that Minnesota was. I mean, they should have won. Like, what the hell? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, like going into that game, they just came off beating Penn State. Like, they should. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, to have them as dogs, that was just easy money, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree. I think Minnesota's probably a better team than Iowa. It's just so tough to play in Iowa, and
Yeah.
their defense is playing really well. And I mean, 3's not a whole lot,
No, but I mean,
but
I
to
just
even
thought.
be dogs in the first place.
Yeah,
is
that's what I'm
kinda
saying. To
crazy.
even be dogs was crazy to begin with. So it was like I had to take Minnesota
Yeah,
as dog. I mean, as plus anything.
yeah,
As plus anything. Didn't matter.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, what was my lock? Or what was my lock? Yeah. Or no,
Yeah,
that was my
yeah,
lock. What was
that
my dog?
your lock. Your dog was New Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
at Boise.
Yeah. I don't even know how that game went. I just know they did not cover.
They got the doors blown off.
Oh yeah,
of
they
them.
only scored like 6 points, right?
Yeah.
6 or 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
I don't know, I mean,
48-3 or something.
I had an
and-
inside source, and I was recommended New Mexico State, and New Mexico. I mean, and it looked good, and I was like, well, all right. And
yeah, whoever gave you that pick, don't listen to that person because New Mexico. When you said it last week, it shocked me because the Lobos. No offense, Lobos, but you're
then who's
garbage.
worse, them, UMass, or Rice?
Oh, UMass.
What about Akron? Akron's 0-10.
Yeah, that's true. But no, New Mexico has never, like, in my entire lifetime, they've never been good on offense. And then to go onto the Smurf turf, like, and it's 28 points, like, dude, there's no way, bro. Like,
Was that more surprising, or the Wofford pick was more surprising?
the Wofford pick is surprising, but I understand it just because there's so many points. Because
Yeah.
you're over 40.
was like
Anything over
47, right?
40, like,
Yeah, I think I got that game at 47.
yeah,
They covered at
47
43.
points, that's a ton. That's
Yeah.
a lot. That's like you score a touchdown and a field goal, and you're basically going to cover.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like, you don't even have to worry about defense. Like,
Yeah.
defense is like, whatever, just let them score. We just need to score.
Yeah, we just need, as long as we score.
So that, I mean, New Mexico at Boise plus 28, the most shocking pick you made all year.
Really?
Yeah,
I
14,
might shock you again.
yeah, 13 weeks. I was flabbergasted. But
Flabbergasted. I love that word.
I got San Diego State at home against Fresno State as my lock, and they covered.
Who do you think, hang on, time out. Who do you think came up with that word?
Flabbergasted?
Yeah.
I have no idea. Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, but all right.
Willy
What do you
Wonka?
think they were thinking when they came up? How do you think they came up with it? They were just like drunk and was like flabbergasted. And then someone was like, yeah, well, they were so shocked. They were like, I'm going to take that word and make it what I just reacted as.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting.
I'm going to look into
Rabbit
that and
hole.
I'll get back to you guys next week. I'm going to let you know how flabbergasted became a word.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But my lock, obviously, they hit that. That was a great pick, in my opinion. San Diego State, I thought there's a better team than Fresno State, and they're at home, and
Dude,
the spread's
all right.
even.
let's talk about Fresno State. sorry to cut you off. You went what, 2-1?
Yeah, 2-1.
You went 2-1. Dude, I think I almost took Fresno State. Or no, I was going to take Nevada to cover against Fresno State as a dog. I think Nevada was like plus 18 or something like that. But then I was like, wait, Jake took them. I don't know. I don't want to like, I don't know if I couldn't remember if you took Fresno or went against them. And I was like, I don't want any of that bad juju coming back to me again. So I was like, nope, I'm staying away from that. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, well, then my dog lost. I had Georgia State at Appalachian State.
Yeah.
I kind of didn't feel good about the game, and I was right about that.
Moving on to this week, what'd you have for your lock?
My
No,
lock-
I'm not trying to sandbag you. I guarantee you don't have the same lock as me. I guarantee it. I know you don't.
Okay. So you said before that you could guess what my lock is. Do you think you can guess what it is?
I think it's TCU at OU. Or no, I think that would be your dog. That would have been your dog. I think. I can't remember what the spread is for that game, but one of your picks is TCU at OU.
That's negative.
Really? Oh,
No.
damn.
My lock is Tulsa.
Okay. At
Minus
Houston?
3.
Or hosting Houston?
Yeah, hosting
Yeah.
Houston.
They're -3?
-3.
You're
Tulsa.
taking them? Really?
Mhm.
Houston was ranked at the beginning of the year, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happens at the beginning of the
Yeah.
year, but it don't matter now.
Yeah, and they don't have their quarterback or that wide receiver. So, I
Yeah.
mean, they've got a couple guys down.
Yeah.
But my lock this week is actually going to be Oklahoma State -7
Ooh.
on the road at West Virginia. I've taken Oklahoma State a couple times this year, and I think they've covered for me each time.
Wait, that's a 7-point game?
Yeah, you guys are favorites.
There wasn't a
7.
1 in front of that?
I
There was,
mean, that's why I
17?
took. That's why I took them at -7, dude. I think you guys are going to cover by 10 or.
Who's making that
to-
spread? It's like,
I don't know, dude. ESPN, bro. But you guys actually are 21. So you guys
Yeah.
moved up from 22, which you guys had moved up from 23. So you guys have been moving up each
Yeah.
week, which is actually pretty good.
yeah, so let's think about this. So this week we're 21. Next week will be 20. Then 19. And then bowl game will be 18.
You think so?
No.
Well, I think if you end up beating not this coming weekend, but the next weekend, if you end up beating OU,
We'll jump a lot.
you'll jump quite a bit. But then
Yeah.
again, they might just be like, wait, maybe OU is really not good, and they won't give you that as a good win because they're actually not that good, right?
Yeah.
And you wouldn't argue that point.
Yeah.
So maybe you won't jump that much, and that would actually be
That's
worse.
the only thing that
you
hurt me
actually
the
need to
worst.
respect OU so that the win means more to you.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, you need to put some respect on OU's name.
No.
Yes.
No,
say
absolutely not.
it. I respect OU. Say it.
I disrespect OU.
Anyway, all right. So moving on to dogs, I'll go with my dog first. I don't think we're gonna have the same dog, but I'm actually taking.
Really doubt it.
Well, I think you took these guys recently,
Ooh.
so that's why. Oh yeah, now you don't really doubt it, do you?
No, I still doubt it.
I'm taking
100%.
Illinois +16 at Iowa.
Ooh, that's a good.
I know Iowa's tough, but
It's at Iowa.
it's at Iowa.
Oh, you in trouble, boy. You in
I
trouble.
know.
Back-to-back weeks in Iowa.
Yeah,
The children are getting you, bro.
I know. See what I'm doing is if I don't cover, I still feel good because that means they win. you know, they get to see a win.
Well,
So I mean, think about that's a spin zone if you ever saw one. But yeah, I'm taking Illinois +16. Iowa's actually they're now 17, so like ranked
Yeah.
17.
yeah.
So that's pretty good. They're just climbing the ladder too. They're win after win, and they just got that win over Minnesota last week. So
Yeah, I mean, they're a good football team. Their offense is a little.
which Minnesota only dropped to number 8 after jumping to what were they 6?
Yeah.
So they were 6 when they went into Iowa. They lost to Iowa. They only dropped to 8.
Yeah.
So I mean that's not too
Yeah.
bad, and that's a great win for Iowa. Heading into the last few games of the season. Next week is Minnesota-Wisconsin, which will be a good game.
Yeah. For my dog, dude, I wrote down like 3 or 4.
Yeah, you were
different
over there
picks.
covering them up. Like I was over here like conniving and scheming.
Yeah, dude, you gotta make sure that can't see my stuff.
I see how it is.
Well, I had 3 or 4. I wanted to take somebody. I wrote somebody down, and
Look
then
at it.
I literally just this week is all on Joe. I just threw it to Joe, and I said, Joe, pick one. And so Joe picked one, and that's what I'm going with.
All
So
right,
if
what were
I
your other two?
lose,
Wait, what were your other two
that's
that you're
what-
not picking?
That's what I was trying to think of. I think it was.
Oh no, it's all right if you don't have it down. It's all right.
Dude, it
What
was,
are you taking?
It was 17. Who was it?
But anyway, we're gonna be doing game day. Is gonna be Penn State, Ohio State.
Yeah, Penn State. Ohio
Penn State is 8. Ohio State's number 2. But did you find them?
Yeah, Liberty.
I was gonna take Liberty.
Yeah,
I was gonna take Liberty as
Liberty.
well. Yep.
Buckshot.
But I was a little worried about that because they're playing Fresno State.
Virginia.
Oh, they're playing Virginia. That's right.
Yeah.
Nevada's playing Fresno State.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna take, but I was worried because Virginia's like sneaky good. Like they're sneaky good. They could put fucking points on
Yeah.
fucking Liberty.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that could be like one of those like, wait a second, whoa.
Yeah. The only thing with Liberty, anytime you pick Liberty, you just hope that Buckshot has a great game.
Yeah.
Gold,
Well, I mean, when I
goes
took them, they
nuts.
covered, but
Yeah.
I guess I wanted to risk and hang out with the kids a little bit more.
I just threw a piece of paper to Joe, and Joe.
Yeah.
Just,
So what are you taking?
So I'm taking Kansas.
I saw that game
plus
too
24
at Iowa
and a
State,
half
right?
At Iowa State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And
well,
I feel like Joe only picked that because those are the teams that he knew, and that all the other teams. he
what
didn't
is it?
Really know.
Plus what?
24 and a half.
Oh, fuck, that's a lot.
I mean, not.
That's a lot. I mean, Iowa hasn't
Kansas?
been. Their defense has actually been doing pretty good this year.
Yeah.
Like they actually held into the game with Texas. I mean, they each put up like 40 something points, but like they kept that.
Iowa
a game.
State should have beat OU.
Yep, you're right. They
That
should have.
2-point conversion, 4th and goal they missed.
Yep.
Like,
So all right, so we got locks. I'm taking OK State at -7 at West Virginia. You're taking who?
Tulsa.
Hosting.
Houston at Tulsa,
And what are they?
-3.
-3. All right. My dog is Illinois +16 at Iowa, and yours is
Kansas.
Kansas
Plus 24 and a half at Iowa State.
All righty. Well, moving on to the big one. I don't really like to do it, but we will. Game because it's game day and it's like the only good game this week. It's the biggest game this week. It's Ohio State's biggest game so far. Probably going to be the biggest game this year with Michigan only. I mean, they're actually ranked 13th, but I think Penn State is a better team than Michigan, so I just think this is going to be a tougher game.
Yeah.
But Ohio State's at home. They're favored 17.5, and I'm taking them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm taking that spread. I would probably take. I will say like it might be closer than that, but I'm still going to take it because there's a very good chance that Chase Young's coming back, so he's had 2 weeks of just built up, pent up frustration that he's going to unleash fury on Penn State and just have probably 2 forced fumbles, and I think he might even have a touchdown.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have 2 forced fumbles. I think he has like 2 or 3 sacks. I think he has a really big game. He's coming back. He's going to be like, hey, listen here. And he's going to really make a mark. And I think we win the game handily, which would be -17.5 would be handily.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are you doing for that game?
I mean, dude, if you think about it, spreads are made by experts that have a lot of money into the thing. So I think, yeah, I think I'm taking Ohio State -17.5.
All right,
I think Penn State is not a fraud team, but they're on the fringe of a fraud team.
Yeah.
Like they're real close to because if you think about it, yeah,
They
got some good wins.
Indiana played them this past weekend, and they actually made that a game. Like that was
Yeah.
actually Indiana is not that bad this year.
Yeah.
Like Indiana is not. When you think Indiana, you think like a 1-9 team, or 1-10 team or whatever. Like this
Yeah.
year, I think they're 7-3, and they're actually pretty decent.
Yeah, that'd
For
be
what they
interesting. Also, on the thing, finally, Chuba is finally a Heisman legitimate contender.
Yeah, we were
where
talking about that. I think he's obviously
He went from 7 to 4.
him and J.K. Dobbins. I think are just as LSU and Ohio State are interchangeable for 1 and 2 right now in the nation. I think J.K. Dobbins and Chuba are 1 and 2 for running backs. And I think with you guys, it's a little bit more. That's your focus. Whereas for Ohio State, we have a little bit more of a. We have a better quarterback, so we can throw.
Yeah.
So I think that also plays a factor in the fact that J.K. doesn't have the numbers Chuba does. I mean, I think he actually might be right behind him, not that far though. But what I'm saying is J.K. might have a lot more if we didn't have a quarterback that could throw and run. Justin Fields is also not getting the respect. I think he should be a Heisman contender.
Yeah,
just as much as Chase Young. I mean, Chase Young missed 2 games, and now he's probably not going to be a Heisman contender.
Yeah,
like they're probably not. I mean, it screwed him so much.
Yeah, I think Young is probably the best player in college. No way he wins the Heisman, especially with the suspension.
Yeah.
I think with Chuba, we focus more on Chuba, and JK is not that far behind. But also, like, Ohio State's offensive line is like God tier compared to Oklahoma State. So it's like,
I mean, I can see that.
It's close.
No, I mean, I think J.K. Dobbins is the better running back, and you would probably say Chuba is. But I think there's a lot at play in the scenarios.
I agree though. It's close. It's close. I think
but also,
Chuba's
I mean,
better,
J.K. has all-purpose yards because he gets past. He's a receiving running back too.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much Chuba's been doing that because every time Sanders releases the ball, I mean, it looks like it's going into the other team's hand. So,
yeah. Well,
or he's dropping it on the ground.
I mean, last week, Drew Brown had 2 passes for 50 yards, both dimes. I mean.
Ooh! Wow!
I mean,
I told you that he should have been in like week 4.
He should have played in Texas Tech's game.
Yeah, Texas Tech is when he should have played. He should have played.
There's no doubt in my mind.
If not at the end of the second quarter, the second half.
Yeah,
the whole second half.
You can't keep someone with 5 turnovers. I mean,
no, not at all. Well, I mean, that was week 12 was pretty crazy, and I hope week 13 shows out with the exception being that Ohio State just blows Penn State out of the water. All the major game days are there. Fox Big Noon, CBS, ESPN Game Day. They're all going to be there. It's going to be it's like the hub for college football this weekend. It's a pretty big deal. Go Bucks. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Mine is @TheBakeIsHere. Jake is @JakeCart on Twitter and @Jake_Cart on Instagram. We only got a couple weeks left. Actually, next week is the last week of the regular season, so we'll be doing points after that, and then we'll get into some bowl picks and an Army-Navy game, and we'll probably even start talking some college basketball, hockey, and NBA, and maybe even some NFL. Thanks for watching. Again, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Subscribe, share it. Till next time, see ya.